Yes, my microphone is attached to my beard. Am I the only person on YouTube who's done this? I don't know. I can't have been the only person on YouTube to do that. Hi everybody, this is Coomer, and today's video is about breath function. So functional breathing, which is at the foundation of all breath work. Your results will always be limited in breath work if your foundation of function is not there. This is one of the biggest things that we talk about in the Language of Breath Collective. You can take a look at some of the links below if you'd like to learn more about my own philosophy of breath work called the Language of Breath. Speaking of that, the Language of Breath is going to be on the new app. This is a huge deal called the Breath Source. And if you take a look in the links below, you can see my link to get into that. You'll find breathwork sessions specifically from me and from other major names in the world of breathwork. So other breath workers like Niraj Nayak, Mikhail Biker, Mike Mayer, and even Ben Greenfield's going to be joining us for some breathwork sessions. So this is a big deal, and I want you guys to be there with us. This is huge. If you want to get into some of the breath sessions that I have procured and many other breath workers that you need to have heard of if you've not heard of, check that out in the link below. We're going to talk a little bit about how functional breathing should work. And there's a lot of discussion about belly breathing. And I think there's sometimes too much discussion. So just to give you a little idea of why we want expansion to happen here, we all have heard, okay, use your diaphragm. If you use your diaphragm, you're going to have some stuff happening here in the belly. It's going to expand. Now, why is that? Well, that is because when the diaphragm descends, it's actually squishing your guts. I don't know if you knew that, but it's actually squishing your guts. Your squishy bits get squished. And as it descends, you're going to have this expansion in your abdominal area. Now, here's the thing. And the reason why I'm not wearing a shirt is because I want to demonstrate. Some people take this too far. They have heard, hey, I'm supposed to breathe into the belly, so I'm going to breathe into the belly to the exclusion of the rest of my abdomen. And I'm going to breathe into the belly like I'm trying to breathe forward. And so you'll see a lot of what I sometimes call just like over belly breathing or pregnant breathing. So you'll really see people go way out, like really using the abdominal muscles to expand. And this is not really what we're trying to do when we're doing functional breathing, especially in the lower part of the lobes. So how do we want to breathe? Well, we do want to use this area here. And you might have seen people say, okay, put one hand here on your chest and one hand here on your tummy, and you should be able to feel your tummy move without having to move your chest. And that is true. But we should also feel expansion in the side of our abdomen. So take your hands and just put them down on the sides. Can you expand the sides of your abdomen? So whenever you take a deep breath in, you should feel some expansion in the sides. It should not just be forward and back, okay? It's amazing how much I see overexertion in the tummy and very little activation anywhere else. Also in your lower ribs. So you take the butts of your hand. Sorry if you have to see a little bit of plumber's grin, you know, that's the price we pay. But basically you take the butts of your hands and you can put them on the low ribs. You should feel some expansion in your low back. So just take a nice deep breath with your hands back like this, and now here's the thing. You're not going to feel the same degree of expansion as you do in your tummy. That's okay. But the thing is, you should feel expansion there too. Ultimately, what I try to tell a person to do is find your belly button, then measure 2 fingers down from your belly button. Okay, find that spot and imagine that you have a marble, okay, in the center of your abdomen. And you're going to breathe, and with every breath that you breathe in, you're breathing down into that marble as if it were a balloon. And it's going to expand to the size of maybe a softball, okay? So I didn't say a basketball, I didn't say anything enormous, but about to the size of a softball. So when you do that, it's just going to be something like this. Okay? Yes, there's expansion, but it's not like crazy. Like the things I see so often is the overexpansion here and the exclusion everywhere else. And it's because a lot of people don't understand really what's going on. When we use the diaphragm, when we're doing this, it's a pulling motion with the diaphragm. You're pulling the diaphragm down. And when you do that, you're opening up the lower lobes of your lungs, and you're basically inviting air to those places. So we're using the law of gases here. This is basically where there's negative pressure, that's where the air is going to go. So we want to open that up because the lower lobes are by far the best place to put the air because you have the smallest alveoli and you have the vast majority of your alveoli there, the vast majority of blood flow there. That's where you want to put them. So that's why we want to breathe down low into the abdomen. But don't overdo it, okay? Don't overdo it, because when you do that, first of all, you're wasting energy if you're doing a lot of maybe active breath work or things like that. You don't want to waste all that energy, but also you're not really doing what you think you're doing. We want to expand everything down here. We're not just trying to push forward and back. Hope that helps. Again, check me out on the Breath Source app. The Breath Source is on all platforms right now, and you can find the links below to get onto the Breath Source. There is a free trial version of it. You can find myself and the other Language of Breath Breathworkers. If you're interested in learning the language of breath, if you really want to take a deep dive in learning how breath work is just half breathing. So breathing is really only half of breath work. There's another half. And if you're missing that half, you're not getting the full benefit of breath work. If you want to check that out, take a look at our website below, languageofbreathcollective.com, and you can take our online course, or you can reach out to one of our breathworkers today. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to go out there and be kind to one another.